Tax Talk will not be seen tonight, so we can bring you this very special presentation live from Detroit. You're watching Tax Talk Live with Markwei Boye.
Now, I don't have any particular topic that I want to talk about today. So what I prefer to do today is to take your questions instead. If you have any tax question in your mind, since this is the tax season, I was surprised Mark was able to get Markwei out of my office today, because my office was lined up with so many people. But since I've made a promise, I have to keep that word, so I'm here. So what I'll do is I'll open the whole place for questions and answers. If you have any tax questions or anything you have in your mind relating to taxes, I see somebody have already raised their hand. So that's what I'm going to really do, just answer your questions relating to taxes. So let's start with you. Please mention your name. I will remember it 2 years from now.
My name is Mitch, and I, being an automotive person, you know what happened in the automotive industry, I lost my job. So are there any kind of benefits or different tax treatments that people who are currently unemployed would be entitled to that ordinarily other people would not?
Oh, that's a good question. And I've seen a lot of those for the last 3 weeks. All I see is unemployment. I'm like, where's the earned income? Actually, when it comes to income tax, there isn't anything really there other than the government has certain programs for unemployed people to get themselves involved in. One of them is the No Worker Left Behind program.
Right, I've heard of that.
And I actually have a school that is licensed to provide training for people like you who want to start their own business. It's an entrepreneurship institute, 12-week course that will teach you everything you need to know from the beginning all the way to the end on how to actually run a business. And I developed that course because what I found out is that most people have the wrong misconception that most businesses fail because they don't have money. That is not true. Most people fail because they don't have the skill and the know-how. And the reason why I say that is because if you are a good accountant, but you don't know how to market your practice, you sit there with nobody coming to your office, right or wrong. You have to be able to market yourself. And most people don't. And so they make the mistakes from day one. The fact that you're a good plumber doesn't mean anything to anybody if they don't know you're a good plumber in the first place. So getting the business right from day one means a lot. And so you see a lot of people say, hey, I want to form an LLC. Well, LLC is good, but what most people don't know is that if you form an LLC, you have to pay income tax and you have to pay self-employment tax. Right? Well, what is self-employment tax? Because you work for yourself, they don't take Social Security or Medicare from your check, right? Because you're self-employed. But when you turn 65, you want Medicare and Social Security, right? So the government says, in order for us to protect you, we're going to tax you for the money you earn on your income, which is the income tax piece of it. Then we're going to tax you again for the self-employment, which is the Social Security and Medicare that they usually take from you if you're a W-2 employee. So you end up paying a lot of taxes when you're an LLC. On the flip side, If you form an S Corp, you avoid the self-employment tax altogether, which means more money in your pocket. How many business owners know this? They don't. So they end up paying more taxes. So getting the right knowledge from day one will make a big difference as to how much money you can keep. Because I have a strong philosophy that it is not how much you make that matters, it is how much you keep that matters. So if you make a lot of money and the government is taking all your money, you will always be broke, right? So to answer your question, there isn't that much there, but there's programs out there for the unemployed to shift gears into self-employment.
Thank you. I have two questions. One, could you tell us where your practice is and how we can get in touch with you really quick?
Wow, that's really great news. My practice is in Southfield on Northland Drive and 8 Mile. And I'll give you my phone number and my website right now since you're asking. It's 248-395-3388. And the website is www.smartbusinessPLLC.com.
Would you repeat those two again, Markwei?
The phone number is 248-395-3388, and the website is smartbusinessPLLC.com.
Your name again?
Your second question?
Your name again?
Markwei Boye. Markwei is Markwei like you pronounce Mark, as Mark, and Way like get out of my way. Markwei Boye, B-O-Y-E is my last name.
Thank you. The second part of my question is that I have experienced a full IRS audit.
Okay.
So what can you tell this group to help us prevent that scenario? Because it's pretty grueling. I'll just let you guys all take my word for it.
Yeah, it can be a very interesting experience because the IRS, their mindset is totally different from the average person. Well, one of the things that they use in determining whether they should pick you for an audit is what we call a cash T analysis. And cash T analysis is very easy for a small business owner to fall in that trap. Very, very easy. What do I mean by that? Most of the time, when small business owners are filing their taxes, because they have to pay income tax and self-employment tax, the amount they typically owe tends to be high. So all they think about when they file their taxes is how much more deduction can I take so that I don't have to owe a lot of money? Or is there any way you can make it where my expenses will be equal to my income so that I don't have to pay no taxes? That's very typical for most small business owners to do that. But what they fail to realize is if you have a business and your income and your expenses are equal, that means you have no earned income, but then you have a mortgage that you pay $12,000. You will be picked for audit automatically. It's just that simple. Why?
For more information about Smart Business PLLC, contact Markwei Boye and the professionals at 248-395-3388.